Hi everybody, my name's Claire. Thank you so much for joining me. I've got a commission to do and it's not an ordinary commission, it's a really fun commission and it's based on a parrot called Wallace. This customer, her son owns a particular type of parrot and if I remember, I'll put a photograph in of the parrot. And it's greens, oranges, black and white. So I'm going to do a ghost swipe with those colours. The colours could be problematic because green and yellow, green and orange are going to make brown. So I'm going to add in some bronze, I'll show you the colours in a second, to try and get a beautiful ghost swipe to represent Wallace's colours. So I'm really excited to start. So let me show you the colours. So here are the colours. So the base colour is going to be black, and for that I'm using Royal & Lang Nickel Mars Black. I've got 4 greens at the moment: Crawford and Black Sap Green. Then I've got Iridescent Green Yellow by Pebeo Studio Acrylics. And then I've got Cadmium Green also by Pebeo, and some Fluorescent Green by Dale Rowney. These two are quite similar. So apart from the fluorescence, so when I actually pour this on, I'm not sure, I might use both, I might not sure yet. And then some Pearl White, Dale Rowney Graduate Acrylic Pearl White, Amsterdam Bronze, Dale Rowney Cadmium Yellow, Pebeo Studio Acrylics Iridescent Orange Yellow, and Amsterdam Venetian Rose. Now, if you look at this parrot from the front, you will just see the yellowy orangey colours, but actually at the back of its neck, there's a much pinkier colour. So I think this colour represents that really well, especially this with the orange, these two shades together. So my canvas is here. It's an 800 by 600 millimetre. Is that right? Yes, 80 by 60 centimetres, 31.5 by 23.6 inches. I've just painted the black already. The paints are mixed to my Dutch pour consistency, so it's quite thin. So as it drips over the edge, I just didn't want to miss any bits or for it to look quite pale. So I've painted the edges already, and that's nice and dry, so I can pour straight on there. First of all, I'm going to cover the canvas with the base colour. This probably isn't the best colour to show you with, to try and show you the consistency, because it's dark. You probably can't see it very well, but it's nice and runny. It's just a tad thicker than my Dutch pot. I just literally added one little extra squirt of paint in each colour. So very, very slightly thicker. So let's get this base covered. I'm going to use my spatula to cover my base. Now, I would normally use my hairdryer, but I find when it's a really large canvas, it's just quite difficult. So I'm going for the spatula instead. So my base is covered, quite a few air bubbles, so I'm just going to burst those with my blowtorch. Right, this reflection swipe is going to be a band of colour horizontally, and then I'm going to be swiping out either side. So it's going to look a little bit like a skyline, and then the reflection of it. So I'm going to go through the centre. I'm just going to find the centre of the canvas. So I can obviously guess, but I'm just going to put a little tiny drip of paint where the centre is. Right, so that's a rough centre. So let's lay some colours down on here. I've just got to decide on my order. Right, I've alternated, I've got 4 iridescents, 4 non-iridescents. I've already taken out the gold and the non-iridescent green here because it was just too similar to the fluorescent green. I don't want loads of fluorescent green, but I just want a hint of it because I think it would just go wow, it would just pop, it would just make the colour really nice and bright. The darker colours, so the bronze and the dark green, I'm going to put a bit lower down, and the reason for that is because this is a dark base. I really want the most obvious colours to be the lightest colours, so they are nearer the top. Right, so I'm going to start off with the iridescent green yellow. Incidentally, I'm adding this colour because it's called green yellow, and in this painting there is green and there is yellow, so it's kind of a bridge between the two. So I think it will work quite well. So I'm just doing a nice wiggly line of paint through the centre. Wow, I love that already, the green against the black. Amazing. Right, and now I'm going to go with the dark green, the sap green. Now some bronze. Some yellow. I'm so scared of getting brown here. What will be, will be. Now some pearl white. Yeah, I'm going to go with pearl white at this point. Now some fluorescent green. And then some orange, so the iridescent orange. And then the Venetian rose, which is that peachy pinky colour at the back of the parrot's neck. Right, now let's just have a look. What do we think? I'm going to do a hint more of the darker green, although I said I wanted the lighter greens on top, but that's quite a dominant colour in this parrot. No more bronze. I'm going to go for a hint more yellow because again that's quite a dominant colour in the bird. Right, what do we think? Hint more of the fluorescent just because I think it gives it the wow. Oh, I've got to stop putting paint on. And then another bit of the pink. Right, that's enough, plenty of paint. Right, swiping time. So I'm using pieces of cardboard from a Weetabix box. So the reason I've done that is they've got a nice smooth shiny surface on them. So I'm going to use the shiny surface down. I'm going to place this about halfway into the band of paint, press down quite hard and tilt the card slightly and then swipe it out, see what happens. Great, so I just need some kitchen roll. Right, quite happy with that. I've got lots of cells popping up instantly, which I always get with black. And I'm going to the edge. Sometimes though with the reflection swipes, I swipe the swiper up, but I actually like the effect if you go all the way to the edge because you get this beautiful lacing. So exactly the same again, and I'm overlapping with the previous swipe. realised I got black paint all over the floor down here. Right, so far so good. I am really happy so far. I'm going to be swiping more on this side, but first of all I'm going to turn it round and swipe the other side first. Got a new piece of cards because the other one was bending quite a lot. Wow, these colours are amazing. Who'd have thought greens and yellows and oranges could work? Right, I've still got a bit to do. I'm going to be now doing some smaller swipes, but wow, the colours are fab. I love them. Who'd have thought? I would never have chosen this colour scheme. This is why commissions can be absolutely amazing, because it takes you out of your comfort zone. It gives you colour schemes you wouldn't necessarily normally do, and it works. It's so good to listen to other people's colour schemes, not just my own ideas. Right, so I've now got just a smaller piece of card, and I'm now going to just do a few smaller ones in between. Right, I'm just thinking, the longer I'm leaving this, the more this black is coming up and it's still taking over. I think what I would really like is a bit more colour, a bit further towards the edges. I like it, but I just think I want actually a bit more. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to be really brave and actually add a whole lot new of paint in the centre and re-swipe it all. I'm adding these extra stripes and it's really helping, but I've got to be careful because it could muddy the colours if I keep swiping. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to do it again over the top. I want to add more white. I realised that the white, because it was quite low down, it wasn't really showing. And this bird has got a lot of white in it. And white obviously goes really well with black. So I'm going to put more white in. I'm going to put that probably a bit nearer the top. Now there's not much bronze showing. And I don't need the bronze. I think I'm going to leave the bronze out. I was only adding the bronze in case some of the colours muddied. So I think I might leave it out. Right, I'm going to be brave. I hope I don't regret this. But I just think the more paint, the more coloured paint there is on the canvas, as opposed to the black paint, the more obvious the colour will be at the end. I'm really happy with that. The colour is just spread further to the edge. The cells will keep expanding. So by the time I finish this side, there will be less colour, more cells. But I just feel that the expanse of colour, well, you can see it, can't you? Because with this previous band, it's an inch, couple of inches. Whereas with this, it's a nice big chunk. So I'm going to turn the canvas round again and then just repeat it on the other side. Right, I am so much happier with this. I'm going to do the same again though, a few little extra swipes just to even a few little places out. But this is much, much not better than the first time round. Much happier. Wow, this has really challenged me. I ended up doing a third swipe. So I ended up putting paint, I got along the centre again in exactly the same way and swiping again. I wasn't happy that there was so much colour in the centre, but so little colour along the edges. Look at my hands, I should have worn gloves. I'm really happy now. I've managed to pull the colour really, really far up to the edge, but it's all really variable. So you haven't got just solid lines of colour. I wanted some solid lines. I wanted some areas of cells. I think I've got it. Depending on how this dries, I think I'm happy with this. So I will show my customer and ask her and see what she thinks. Is it Wallace enough? Does it remind her of her parrot colours enough? So the reason I wasn't getting the colour to the edge is because when you use black, or when I use black, or this particular type of black, I just get millions of cells popping up straight away. Nothing to do with silicone, just to do with the density of the paint, the thickness of the paint. It always happens. And that I absolutely love, but I wanted to be able to control it a bit more. So I didn't want the whole thing as a mass of black cells. I want the black cells, but I needed enough of the colour. And I think I've now got that. So it's breaking up much more towards the edge, much more cells towards the edge, and then a lovely solid, well, solid-ish band of colour right through the centre there. It's beautifully sparkly. I think you can see there. Because half of these colours were iridescent, when it dries, it's going to be really shimmery. Really pretty. And the cells are just gorgeous. They're just such sweet little cells that then it just turns into some beautiful lacing. So the black areas aren't solid black, apart from I've added a few extra lines of black in there just to give some contrast. So you've got some solid black. Oh, I'm so pleased. Who'd have thought that this colour scheme could work? I am absolutely over the moon that it's worked. So I will be back when it's dry. I'm so excited. Wallace is dry and I'm loving it. The colours are just amazing. It's dried perfectly. I was worried about it sagging in the middle and then losing that lovely, wonderful straight line, but I haven't. It definitely looks like a skyline, a city reflection, like the customer had asked. So you've got all the sort of skyscrapers and then the reflection of them below. So really happy, and the colours are fab, really nice. So let me show you close up. What I want to show you first is this incredible lacing. So because I managed to pull the paint towards the edge of the canvas, I've therefore got this wonderful lacing. So I've got the sections of dark black, but then over the majority of the black, it's broken up with these different coloured stripes of lacing, which I just think looks stunning. So from standing back, you don't really see it, but when you get up close, you can just see the detail in it. And then as I get towards the centre, you can see the black cells starting to appear and form. And then you've just got this wonderful bright coloured band right in the centre. So all the Wallace colours. And then exactly the same reflected below. So again, just this wonderful, wonderful lacing and cells. The colours have blended beautifully. Dare I say it, I think I might do another piece in these colours because they are so pretty. I would never have had the nerve to do it, the guts to do it, to put the green, the yellow and the orange together. This has taught me so much, this piece. Great, please let me know what you think. Please do leave me comments. And please do subscribe to my channel. If you hit the notification bell and press all, you get all the notifications of all future videos I post. Great, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care, bye.